Now we are going to understand how the actually programs, that whatever the English statements of the program that you are writing, how those programs are going to be executed. What happens at the back end is, whenever the execution is going on, whatever the program that you will be writing in the English statement, say for example this is your program, and this is your program file, and say for example you have written one test.java file. Okay, now after this, inside this, how do we write the program? Using class keyword, and thereafter we write the name of the class. Okay, and this is the body of the class. Okay, and what is this file? This is high level language. Whatever the methods you will be writing into it, whatever the variables will be there, a lot of things will be there inside this. Those are nothing but the high level language using the English statements. When you are going to do the execution, what happens is, you are going to first of all call the compiler, that would be Java compiler. And what this compiler would do, Java compiler would take all the program at once, and it will go line by line with each lines of this program. And what it will do, it will generate another type of file, that the extension of this file would be given as test.class file. So there will be two files. First file would be test.java, and another file would be test.class file. If you open it, you will not be able to understand also what it is, because whenever the Java compiler is coming in, okay, whenever the Java compiler is coming in, this Java compiler is actually changing this file into byte code format, into the bytecode format. Okay, it's an intermediate type of the file. Okay, it's an intermediate file. Now what happens with this? These are the intermediate files on which this from JRE interpreter will come. Okay, now on this, these would be running from inside the system. Okay, a JVM is actually a platform wherein you will get to see the on which platform whatever the .class files are there, they will run. Okay, so first part you are writing test.java, and after that first part you called what? First part you called compiler. Compiler, please come and check whether all the syntactically my code is correct or not. And thereafter one file got created, test.class. Okay, now you have called interpreter. What is that? Interpreter. And now this interpreter comes from JRE, and now this guy would actually go and feed onto this, and it will provide us the output by running the same thing on the machine. It will provide us the output. Okay, this is the simplest thing that we see. And when you are going to use any type of editor, say for example you are not using notepad, because when you have more than 10, 15, 16, 17 types of files or programs when you are working with in the project, and it will be pretty huge. Number of lines of codes also in each file would be too much. When you have to find out and you have to give the project a good productivity also, it will be very difficult when you are working with notepad. Okay, that is why we need some type of editors which helps us in visualizing the folder structure also, and using certain plugins also on top of it, so that on one click we can navigate from one page to another without any hassle. Okay, so one type of editor that I recommend when you are starting your journey is going ahead with Eclipse. So first, when you are going ahead with Eclipse, that's an editor, and it is actually served by a community. So it runs through a community, like the Selenium WebDriver also runs through a community. This editor actually will help you a lot. So now we are into the editor. Let us see how we will go ahead and whatever things that we have seen just now, how everything happens over here. Now when you are working with this editor, okay, Eclipse or whatever editors you will have, in all of these editors the auto compilation feature is there. Means you need not to compile any file .java file into .class file immediately in 500 milliseconds or in some interval of time. Okay, the file will be automatically auto compiled. That is why you will, if you are committing any syntactical mistakes, you will get the error over here itself. But when you are not using editors, you will get error only when you are going to run the program. Understood? That is what the huge difference is there between the editor and maintaining everything right from the scratch by your own using Notepad. Okay, now since we have understood that we have to use editor, now let us go ahead and create one simple type of project without using any type of template. Okay, so what you need to do is, on the left hand side you will see Project Explorer. Here all of the projects that you are going to maintain, it will be there. Right hand side, whatever the editing part you want to do with the files, you can do it over here. And if you want to visualize anything that is open, you can see it on the right hand side. Okay, right hand side is the editor part. Now let's go to the file section first of all, then to new, and then you can see that Java project is there. And also if you come down to others, here also you can find out that once you click over there, you can come to the topmost part. Here also you will find Java project. Okay, or inside the general also you can go ahead, but we want Java project only, so we will click on Java project. Very simple project, only one type of folder also you want. You will, that's why you will click on next. Now any name that you would like to give, I would like to give as Core Java. Which version of Core Java, means JRE, which version of JRE would you like to use? I would like to use 1.8 or 17 or 18, whatever you want. I am not bothered. Whatever it is suggesting, I will go ahead with that as well. Now click on finish. On the left hand side you would see that one project has been created. Do you want to create any module? I don't want to create. So let's see this. Here JRE system library, it shows that Java's SE standard edition 17th version I am using. Now here only one folder is also there, that is known as SRC. What is this? This SRC is nothing but showcasing that all of your source code, mean in terms of files, can come over here. So right click on this and let us create, this is a folder, let us create inside this one type of package. Okay, in programming language, when you are using any type of folder to store certain files, you will name this as package. Okay, so these packages becomes little more important. That is why we do not only call them as folder. They also come up with certain other functionalities also. Yeah, so let me give this as first program. Okay, we should not have any space in between. So now after that I'll click on finish. So one package has been created. It's in white in color because I don't have any file into this. Now right click, let's create one class. Okay, here it is. Now what should we give this name? We should give this as test. Do you want main method into it? Yes, I want a main method. Let's go ahead and let's have one class. Here your class looks like this. Okay, now your class is like this. This is the body of the class and this is the body of the method. Now let's talk about it. Left hand side you are also able to see that JRE system, like whatever the jars we are using from Java 17 version, we also have this. But before getting started with any of the program, let us understand, boss, what you are going to do. So when I say anything to you, when I say that you will have to write any programs, you will have to write classes in Java to communicate with any other tool or to give your behavior in terms of the program. What will you do? You will write programs. Okay, how do you write your programs? So you can see that first you will use class as a keyword, okay, and thereafter followed by the name of the class. It is user dependent, whatever you want to give. Then we have this curly bracket open, and then we will have curly bracket closed. So when I say this curly bracket open and curly bracket closed, this is known as body or context of a class. Okay, now so anything that you write inside this class eh, is going to be executed. Okay, anything that you write outside this class, it is illogical. Okay, so what you have to do is inside this class only you have to write things. Now when you are writing inside this only, what all things will come inside this class, what are the components of the class? So basically at the ground level, when I say there are two components only, you will have certain times you will have some variables string name equals to Rakesh. You are writing something, I don't know what it is. I'll explain it to you. Okay, now since you have this, now let us understand. Using this we have one method also, public, static. These all are the keywords. We will deep dive into it little later. Void main string array args. Okay, now this is also having the curly bracket open and curly bracket closed. Now inside this is also having one thing that is known as body or context of a method. Okay, now first of all, when I'm starting with this, you will have to understand that what all these things are. So this thing is actually known as class name. Okay, this part is known as value. Okay, this is known as variable. Okay, and this is known as data type. Okay, now this whole part is known as method. Okay, this whole part is known as method. So we have a method head, you can say that it is head. Okay, or we also call it as method signature. Method signature. Okay, method signature. And this part, the curly bracket open and curly bracket closed, this part is known as method body. Okay, now these all things you have understood. Now inside this you will also see that we have few keywords: public, static, void and main. What are these things? So when I say public, this is known as access specifier. Okay, why I'm writing all of these things? Because this main method, this is how you will call main methods, and every time all of these components will always be there inside this main method. Okay, so this is known as modifier. This is known as return type of a method. Okay, and this is nothing but method name. Okay, that's it. These all are the things. Okay, things have little become complicated. No, it has become sorted right now. Okay, this is how you will have each and every component in your class. Slowly and gradually we are going to do the post-mortem of each and everything in detail. We will understand what is a variable. We will also understand, we will first understand what is a variable. Okay, later on we will before to that we will try understanding what are the data types. We also have a literals concept, but we do not require it unless you are trying to give the certification. Okay, OCJP certification. Now, okay, we also have main method. Now inside main method or whatever methods you write, okay, any method, any class, any variable will have this access specifier part. Okay, we will deep dive into it, like public, private, protected, transient, volatile. Many things are there into it, but we need to understand only four. Now these are static keywords. What is this keyword? Why do we use it, this keyword? What is the importance of it? We will understand it. Now we will deep dive into the void concept, what is the return type of a method, and this is just the name of the method. Anything that you would like to give, those are any name that you would like to give to a method, okay, that comes over here. So this name of the main name has been given to this method, and it is registered in the library also, because whenever the execution happens, JVM will always look for the main method for to start the execution of the program. Okay, so these all things are there. Let us go ahead and deep dive into it. Before moving ahead, I'll write one very simple class. Inside that I'll write one main method, and inside that main method we will understand some print statements which will come inside this main method boundary only. Okay, now I'll give you what is it. We write it as system dot out dot print. Anything that you would like to print, you will write in double quotes and you will print. Now leave this site right now. Let's come to the Eclipse part. Okay, now here it is. Our class is there and the name of that class is test, and this is the boundary of the class, and inside these boundaries of the class we have a main method, and inside this main method we will write our program. We see that this public is there with the main method also, this public is there with the class also, and this public can also be there with the variables also, but we have not understood those all things. So let us go in the chronology. Print statements. Let us understand the print statements. So how do we go? Say for example, system dot out dot println, system dot out dot print. Okay, system dot out dot print. If I am writing, I'll just write system dot out dot print, or I'll just write system dot out dot print. Okay, what I'm writing inside this print, whatever you want to print on the console, you will write it inside this. Okay, so if I would like to write hello world, how would I print? First I need to save it, and then I will do a right click over here, and then I will run as Java application, and here I am able to see that on the console I am able to see that hello world is shown. Now this is very simple thing, very simple program that you are doing, but let us understand what would be the result of this. System dot out, before writing this, let me comment this part. If I write double forward slash in front of any line, compiler will not read it and it will not execute it. Okay, it will just leave that line. So let me showcase you one thing. If I am writing system dot out dot print, system dot out dot print, and I'm just writing good and same way I'm just writing system good morning. Good morning, and I'll write welcome. What it is going to print? See, I've just written good morning welcome. We are expecting that it will print everything very neatly, okay, but I have written system.out.print. Okay, so let's see if I run as right click run as Java application, and let's see what it prints. It is printing good without any space. Second line also is getting executed and printed in the same line morning without any space. Third line also is getting printed in the same first line itself, good morning welcome. Now boss, this is a problem. I wrote everything in 3 lines and everything is getting printed in 1 line only. So this is a problem. So what do I do? So what I want is whenever I write this, I want that whatever things are there, I would like to make the cursor whenever it is going to write morning, I would like this cursor which is blinking, I would like this cursor to move to the next line and blink over there, so that whenever the system is going to write morning, it will write it in the second line. So let me write in beside good, I'll just write plus, and in double quotes I will write / and n. It is very simple, guys. See, you just see over here, I'm just written double quotes. Inside double quotes I have written / and n, and I have written / n. Okay, so let's see what happens with this. Very simple thing it is. You just have to understand, these all things will not come in your life later, but you just have to understand it. Okay, run as Java application. See, now it is doing what, see below here, it has done what, good, and then it has moved the cursor off to the next line, and from there morning has been written, but it did not happen with the welcome because I did not attach this / and n with the morning. So what should I do? Plus double quotes over here, and inside this also I'll write / n. Okay, so what will happen? See, again here also after morning it will move the cursor to the third line and welcome would be written. So let's run this and let's check what happens. See, good morning welcome. Okay, now what would happen if you are doing it with welcome also? So you can see that right now I'm not my cursor is over here, I'm not able to come down in the console. So if I write plus double quotes / over here, and let's run this. First good morning and welcome, and here also my cursor is likely to come. See, this is what happens. Now after welcome, no, what has happened, that whatever the cursor is there, it has been moved to the another line. This / n is known as new line character. This / is known as new line character. This will always move the cursor to the next line whenever the execution of the first line has been done till here, and whenever you have called this will always move the cursor to the next line, and it will leave it over there only, and whatever happens after that, it is not bothered about that. Okay, that is done. Now if I write this every time, it is going to be very difficult for me. Okay, so what I want is, I do not want to write it like this as a new line character. I would like to refine it. So let's write this way. Let me comment all of these things, and instead of print I would use print ln. Print ln is known as new print ln. Ln means known as new line character, and when you are writing ln, you no need to write plus backward slash. So you will just write over here. Good. Morning. Welcome. Got it? Now this is very subtle difference, and you are able to see that here. This is all same. Print ln is with new line character and print is with same only. Now whenever you are using print, the cursor will be there in the same line, but when you are using plus print ln, the cursor would move in to the next line like this over here. Okay, now why I'm talking about all of these things? When you will learn for loop, in the for loop, the biggest difference to move in the column, and for the movement in the column and for the movement in the rows, okay, you will use these print and print ln. So if you have to move in the column, you will use print, and if you have to move in the rows, you will use print ln. Got it? This is very simple. Change. Now inside this, let me write another program. You might be thinking it is going to be very simple. How Java people say that it is difficult? So it's not difficult at all. Every topic in Java is very simple, and it is only of 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes, maximum 10 minutes when you are talking about classes and all. Okay, when you are doing revision, you will do the revision in a few moments only. So it's fine. Let's go ahead with the print statement. Let us understand the print statements, guys. Now in system.out.println, we are not bothered to like whether it is print or println, because right now I'm going to use a lot of printing statements. This is known as printing statement. Now what I want to say that if inside this, if you are writing 10 divided by 2, what should be the result? Let's see. Run as, right click, run as Java application. You are able to see that it is showing 5. The output is 5. Okay, now let's see what if you are trying to do 10 plus 2. What should be the output? Okay, now if you have already run the program once, no need to right click run as Java application. What you can do is, you see this big green button, you can come over here also and you can directly run it, or from the table you can see that if your program is listed over here on the top, and if you directly click over here, it will run. So it is showing that 10 plus 2 is 2. So between numbers, I'll just write b/w means between numbers plus acts as arithmetic operator. Okay, good. Now we have understood this much part. Okay, it is very simple. It actually looks very simple. Okay, now let us understand another parts also. Say for example, if you are writing if you are writing system.out.println, inside this if you are writing good, okay, inside double quotes you are writing good, and then you are writing plus, in the double quotes you are writing NIGST, good night. Okay, what it should print? Both are in double quotes. That means it is a string value. What is a string? String means collection of characters together is nothing but string. So strings are written in double quotes. So string plus string would be what? See, you can see that. I'll just write between two string, okay, operands, between two string operands, plus acts as concatenating operator, or it helps in concatenation. You want to see what it is? What is concatenation? These two words would be joined. So run as this. Good night without any space. This is known as concatenation, joining. Okay. Now, do you think this much is it? Why I'm talking about? There is something into this that you have to understood. That you have to understand. Say for example, if you are doing the same thing, in double quotes, if you are writing 10 and plus if you are writing 20, what should be the answer? String 10 plus string 20, what should be the answer? Correct. Between two string, you have already understood on the top. What will happen? You wanna see? Right click, run as Java application. You see that 10, 20. You think that these are numbers? No, these have become string. Okay. Between two string, concatenation will happen. Between two string, if plus sign is there, it will help in concatenation. A little peculiar word it is, but it is known as concatenation. Now let us understand. Let us do this part. If I am saying that if you are doing my age is some space I am giving, in double quotes I am writing my age is and some space I am giving, because in double quotes whatever things you write, it will be as it is. Okay. After that I am just writing plus. After that I am just writing plus. I am writing 30. Now you tell me, left hand side I have a string, right hand side I have a number. What will happen? Just think. Right click, run as Java application. My age is 30. What has happened? Between a string and number also concatenation will happen. Okay, got it? Now is this it? No. So we don't have only this much thing, we have a lot of things. Now tell me, if you are going to do, if you are going to write it like, if I'm going to write it like this, 20 plus 2 plus is my some space I'll give is my age. Okay, because inside double quotes whatever you are writing, it is going to be very strict. It is going to keep as it is. That is why in the beginning I have given one little bit of space, one character space I have given, one character space I have given. Okay, now what will happen over here? I'm just saying that 28 plus 2 plus string is my age. Now what would happen over here? Just think. See, what would happen over here is here it is showing 30 is my age again. How come? How come? How did this happen? See what happens, guys. Always it requires it requires two inputs at a time. Okay, one thing, and the movement will be from left to right. So two inputs at a time and movement from left to right. So this is left and I am going right. So this so it has got two inputs at a time, and these two inputs are what? Numbers. So it has become what? Two numbers, and between numbers one plus sign acts as what? Arithmetic operator. So 28 plus 2 is what? 30. Now it has become again number. Now this 30 plus string, what it will happen? Concatenation. Between number and a string, concatenation will happen. Correct? Got it? Now is this it? Okay, we have some more things. Say for example, same way if I am saying system.out.println, okay, the shortcut is SYSO and control and space bar. Just press control and space bar. What you need to do? Just write SYSO, press control and space bar, and over here you will be able to write your print statement. It will directly give you system.out.println. Now let me write my age is space plus 28 plus 2. What would be the output? Can you tell me, guys? See, two inputs at a time, first string and a number will become what? Concatenation. My age is 28, and then my age is 28 it has become, so it is what? String only. String plus number is concatenation. So my age is 282. Just think, it is, he is elder than Gandhi. So my age is 282. Okay, why? Two inputs at a time and movement is left to right. Got it? Now the last one that we should do is this, and inside this we are going to understand this, that if I'm writing my age is, inside bracket I am writing my age is this plus inside bracket I am writing 28 plus 2. Okay, do you know BODMAS rule? What is BODMAS rule? BODMAS. BODMAS rule is bracket, and after the bracket if any multiplication is there, that is known as of, bracket, of, division, multiplication, addition, subtraction. This is the chronology that you have to follow every time when you are doing any arithmetic operation. Okay, so first bracket you will have to solve. So even though two inputs at a time are there, first bracket you will solve, so it will become what? 30. So it has become what? 30. So 30 plus a string will become what? My age is 30. It will become like that. So you can see that here my age is 30. This is the output. Now this I have shown in the beginning when we are starting our project, when we are starting our program also, because whatever the programs I would be writing, you will have a lot of understanding in terms of that. Okay, because whenever I would be writing the system.out.println statement, the printing statements, it should not confuse you. That's why I have discussed it earlier. Okay, thank you so much, and let's meet up in the next session.